What's up, my Metaverse family? Welcome back to On-Chain Gaming. Decentraland is one of the first and one of the most valuable currently NFT or Metaverse games that exists today. If we look at the market cap of Decentraland, you can see that it's currently worth $3.5 billion. Just this year, if you own Decentraland's mana, you would have gained 2,612% returns in just the last 12 months. And that is why we're talking about another game today, which is called Big Time, because the original co-founder of Decentraland is now co-founding Big Time, and we need to find out, is Big Time a big deal? And if we buy into Big Time this early, as it is still an unreleased game, could we see the types of returns that you would have seen if you bought into Decentraland early? Because if you bought into Decentraland early, you're not talking a several thousand% gain, but you're talking going from like 3 cents to $2.60, which is thousands of percentage of gain. So that is just absolutely incredible. So yeah, in this video, we're gonna be taking a deep dive at Big Time. We're gonna be looking at what Big Time is, how the game is supposed to work, whether or not it can become as valuable as Decentraland, and whether or not it's worth betting on just because of the team behind it. So if this video sounds good to you, remember to drop a big thumbs up, as that'll help us out in the YouTube algorithm, and then also hit subscribe and click that notification bell. Now let's get into it.
On-Chain Gaming.
Before we start diving deeper into Big Time, I want to tell you guys about today's channel sponsor. Thank you guys so much for supporting us by supporting the sponsor. But yeah, today's sponsor is Blockfi, which is an incredible crypto interest account, which on stablecoins offers you over 8% APY, which is so much better than the traditional finance industry can offer you. The national average interest rate is like 0.06% or something. You're almost getting nothing. So 8% on stablecoins on Blockfi is really, really good. You can also get high APYs on Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's a great place to store your crypto. And then also the Blockfi rewards credit card is very cool as well. It's a Bitcoin rewards card where every single purchase you make, you're rewarded with Bitcoin in return. Plus, if you sign up using our link in the description, blockfi.com/onchaingaming, you can get up to $250 in crypto for free just for signing up. So Big Time is a battle across history, which I think is a pretty cool concept. As a kid, I have always loved the idea of time travel and reading time travel books and watching time travel movies. So a time travel game just in and of itself sounds pretty awesome. Big Time is a multiplayer action RPG that makes collectible NFTs accessible to everyone. And for those of you guys who are watching this that might not know what an NFT is or why it's good for gaming, pretty much all you need to know is that it means that you just really own an asset. A game cannot take an item that you own as an NFT away from you. And you can sell it to other players, even on marketplaces that are completely disconnected from the game itself. So NFT, you can think of it as just giving you real ownership. Not for taking, I guess, could be a good acronym for NFTs. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the game. So Big Time is a multiplayer action RPG, which we just read, where you team up with friends to adventure across time and space. Now, you're going to be exploring ancient mysteries and futuristic civilizations as you battle your way through history. So not only are we going into the past, but into the future as well, which sounds pretty cool. Collect rare and legendary NFT items to decorate your avatar and personal time machine where you can hang out with your friends. So it sounds like what you're going to be earning by playing Big Time in a big way is decorative NFTs, collectible NFTs to improve your avatar and improve your time machine and deck out your time machine, which I think is pretty cool. So we're gonna be diving a little bit deeper into what that time machine is and how the decorations work, and we're gonna jump into the tokenomics of Big Time a little bit as well. But before we do that, let's look at the team behind Big Time. So Big Time Studios has recruited an all-star team of game industry veterans from the likes of Epic Games, Blizzard, EA, and Riot. Individually, we've contributed to some of the best loved franchises in gaming history, including Fortnite, God of War, Call of Duty, and Overwatch, just to name a few. And then, like I mentioned in the intro, the co-founder of Big Time also started Decentraland. So we can look specifically at some of the team members that are working on this project. So Ari is the CEO, and I'm really trying, by the way, guys, to get an interview with the CEO of Big Time. I would love to ask him questions here on this channel, so that is in the works. But Ari is a pioneer of NFTs and founder of Decentraland.org. Then we have someone from EA and Zynga, who is a pioneer of social MMOs. We have someone who worked on Fortnite, Gears of War, Medal of Honor, just some really experienced, talented developers on this team, which really makes me feel like Big Time could actually be a big deal and might be worth getting into this early. But what actually can we buy and invest in Big Time? So I want to jump over to one of their blog posts that they recently made called Own Your Own Personal Universe, because in this blog post, they talk about the kind of more of the key in-game mechanics of how the play to earn is going to work and what we can possibly buy today in order to see appreciation as the game's popularity increases over time. So they say introducing time machines and space. Now space, this is the really big important thing. Summon a portal from the overworld and step through it. Players will earn their first time machine in the early stages of game, and once earned, will be able to expand and personalize it, making this bubble of space-time a unique reflection of personality and achievement. Time machines also unlock unique playable features and utility. Using the time machine allows for installation of new portals, extra rooms, and even specialized crafting areas. These add-ons will allow for the exploration of new timeshares, the chance to fight enemies from other dimensions, and the ability to unlock and collect limited edition NFTs and more. So the time machine is gonna be like a personal thing that everyone owns who plays the game. You unlock it sounds like pretty early in your playing of Big Time, and then it becomes your main home base, the thing that you get to customize and grow to increase your power and improve your experience. To upgrade and expand the time machine, the limited edition space NFTs will need to be collected in-game or purchased from the Big Time marketplace. They are incredibly rare and difficult to acquire, so out of the total supply of each space, only a certain amount will be allocated for sale and the remaining will be distributed across the Big Time adventure. So it sounds like space NFTs are gonna be what is used to actually expand your base's layout and size and gives you the freedom to actually build up your time machine. But without these space NFTs, which sound very valuable, you're not gonna be able to do any of that. And the only way you're gonna be able to get space NFTs is either buying them off of the marketplace, hopefully mostly from other players, or gathering them yourself by adventuring in the world of Big Time. Once a specific timeshare's allotment of space are gone, there won't be any more issued until the next expansion, ensuring players' spaces remain verifiably rare and unique. So this is really big. There is no just continued inflation of spaces, and there will only be new spaces released when there's new expansions of the game released. Different spaces unlock different features which will boost NFT capabilities and grant exposure to future Big Time tokens. For example, use a Forge add-on to craft and repair special equipment that will be used to fight against enemies. All right, so then how do you buy space? Because it sounds like space is going to be what you kind of buy if you want to have some ownership in this game and be able to get some appreciation if the game's popularity does start increasing and eventually takes off. So they say that our first space sale will be offered as an application-only basis that will be judged based on community involvement, gaming vision, and guild maturity. Future sales of space will then be hosted on the Big Time marketplace. So it sounds like the very first sale of space is only going to be going to big guilds. Very, very interesting. Honestly, this all seems pretty cool. But now let's look at one final thing, which is kind of the tokenomics, or how the gameplay mechanics are going to work kind of in a visual sense. So this is another thing that Big Time has recently released, which is the token economy. So it starts up here in the top left with acquiring space to expand your personal pocket universe. So this is space, what we just learned all about. It literally grows your base and allows you to build up more things. But then you also have to unlock a timekeeper to reside in your space. Now, I believe that your timekeeper, it shows like a little chest here, but I think it's like your character, your time traveler, who is actually going to be adventuring, who you're going to be adventuring with and leveling up and getting better armor and that kind of stuff for, and weapons. And then after that, you're going to need to pay the timekeeper to craft and recharge your hourglass. So it sounds like in order to actually use your time machine and travel across time and space, you're gonna need to have time in your hourglass. And once your hourglass time runs out, your adventure is over and you're not gonna be able to keep searching for NFTs and rare tokens. So then you find tokens by playing the game as long as your hourglass has sand remaining. See, yeah, so exactly. And one really interesting thing about the tokens for Big Time, which we've talked a lot about space NFTs, but I haven't talked about tokens much, is that tokens, I believe, are not being sold to the public from Big Time. They're only gonna be gathered in game. At least that's the impression I'm getting, because when I asked the Big Time team over email whether or not like I could buy into maybe a pre-sale of the token or something like that, they said that they actually aren't selling the tokens. So either they're just not selling it to me, or a much more bullish and I think really good move overall would be for the token to only be earnable in game by players. I absolutely love that. So then the final kind of form of this token economy is that you use your tokens in game to buy rare and exclusive NFTs, as well as recharge your hourglass and more. So as long as you're adventuring well, gathering lots of tokens, hopefully you'll be able to earn more tokens playing than it will cost to refill your hourglass. At least that is the only way that play to earn is going to work in Big Time. So there you have it. That's kind of the general overview of Big Time, kind of everything that we know about the game so far. It definitely looks really cool, and it looks like it has an incredible team behind it. I have a feeling it's going to be very fun, and I don't know, that's kind of all the boxes that need to be checked for me to be super hyped for a project. So I am pretty excited about Big Time. I'm definitely going to be watching it more closely, and like I said, I'm going to be trying to get an interview with the CEO or someone high up at Big Time to tell us more about the game and their vision. I think that could provide a ton of value to both myself and all of you guys about what this gaming metaverse that they're building could eventually become. But I think one thing is very clear, and I think if you guys have been watching this channel for a while, it should be pretty clear to you as well, which is that with more and more of these high quality AAA play to earn games coming, the age of traditional gaming, it is ending. And I don't know how long it's going to take for this entire transition to happen. Maybe it's 2 years, maybe it's 5 years, maybe it's 10 years. But I do know that over the next decade, looking out into the 2030s, not very many people are going to be playing traditional games. Almost everyone is going to be playing games where they get real property ownership, where the value that they add to the ecosystem goes back to them. At least some of it goes back to them, and you can actually play to earn in these games. And that, like, if you have something that somebody else wants, you can sell it to them and make a profit on it. And just like going back to a traditional game where you don't own anything, where you can't play to earn, where if you buy something, it just goes to the game studio and then they can just take it from you later if they want. They can delete your account. The terms of service in traditional games are just so bad that, yeah, this is just so good for players. And I am rooting for Big Time. I'm rooting for the entire play to earn gaming space. And if you guys are as well, then make sure you drop a big thumbs up on this video and hit subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Guys, if you watched this whole video and you're not subscribed yet, honestly, what are you doing? And make sure you also click that notification bell so that you do not miss future content. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you Patreon supporters for supporting the creation of this content. Your guys' support on Patreon is honestly super incredible. I'm not making these videos by myself. I say this every video, but Nate, my brother, does an incredible job editing these videos. Josh, our friend, does the original intro and outro music for all these videos, and Josh is also running our new On-Chain Gaming's Clips channel, which is linked in the description, and I recommend you guys check out if you want more content from us. Josh uploads like 5 to 7 videos a week on the On-Chain Gaming's Clip channel, and it's just really great highlights of different interviews and just really like big bangers that get dropped in more like short 2 to 4 minute clips, and I think people are really enjoying that as well. So thank you guys for your support, Patreons, and until next time, everyone, have fun roaming the metaverse.